The row counter was set to 1, so when it finished this last row, it stopped. Now we're going to make sure that the pattern is going to be picked up on the very first row. Turn your input button light off. You're going to see a 1 blinking there. What that means is it means that the machine thinks it's already knit the first row, and when we start this up again, it's going to knit row 2, and I don't want that. I want it to knit row 1. So push your start button. That will reset your machine to knit the first row of the pattern. There's 67 rows in my first section, so I'm setting my row counter to 67. My G-carriage light is not lit, and it has to be lit to pick up the pattern. Slide the G-carriage over till the light is lit right there. Now it's going to start the pattern. You push the start button and away it goes. Turnaround cams, and these will allow your garter carriage to turn around faster, which will prolong the life of the motor in your garter carriage, and it will also knit your blanket slightly faster. So I've got 2 turnaround cams. There's R for right, L for left, and I'm going to place these on and then continue knitting. So here are my turnaround cams. You see the little L on there for left, and I've placed it on the 6th needle from the end, going in. I believe that the instructions say that you can place it on the 7th needle, but I find that sometimes I get mispatterning when I'm knitting on a full bed of needles like I am now. I've only got 2 needles out of work for this blanket, so I put it on the 6th needle, and they seem to work fine. So there it's going, knitting the first row of the pattern. One more very important thing I forgot to mention is take all of your hand tools out of that little cubby hole that's right next to the tension mast where you can keep your tools as you're working. Take all of those out, because the curly cord for the garter carriage will sometimes catch those tools, flip them onto the bed of your machine, and then you've got a real problem when your garter carriage tries to run over them. I've got some of the blanket knit, and I've stopped at this point because there's a couple of things I want to show you. The first thing is that when that cast-on comb gets close to hitting the floor, I just roll it up and I put some little bulldog clips just on each side to hold it up. So here's a close-up of the side, and you can see the little black clip, and I've just tucked the weights in. You can see there that I've started a new strand of yarn when my cone ran out. And I did start it in the middle of the row. I didn't start it on the edge. It's also started in an area where there's a little bit of complicated stitches, knit and purl stitches, rather than just a plain flat stockinette area of the blanket. It's really very difficult to make an invisible join on the edge of the blanket, whereas in the center of the blanket, it just gets lost in the pattern and you don't even notice it.